Water.
Earth. Fire.
It has been almost 50 years since the Fire Nation attacked and threw the world out of balance. The Avatar has disappeared, and many have lost hope of peace. But a few brave people have come together, bridging the gap between nations. And fighting secretly in the shadow to restore harmony and balance. This is the Saga of the White Lotus. Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Saga of the White Lotus, our version of the Avatar Legends role-playing game, which has been successfully funded on Kickstarter and can be purchased at Magpie Games. Check it out. It's a lot of fun. We've enjoyed it so far. We are on episode 3. So, last we left off, our friends escaped a prison and went traveling to the city of Omashu. And when they got there, they traveled through a little bit of the town, and they got to where they heard some chaos ensuing. There was a lot of earth shaking and ground-breaking noises, as they also heard the pickens clanking, clucking and oinking. Running around. And as they came around the back part of this area, they stumbled upon a rather petite individual with long hair, a green, what are they called? Like a blouse, I guess. Sleeveless blouse, and earth tone tunics, kind of covering up around the waist, doing a lot of earthbending moves to kind of guide the pickens back into their little coop. Are the pickens, do they have a coop or do they sleep in like a little pig?
Both. Both.
Pig
Like
pen
there's
with
a
coop in it?
pen. There's a pen and there's like nests up against the side of the pen.
Do they lay eggs?
I was
Yes.
just thinking that.
They do lay eggs. The restaurant that you guys came around to figure out what this was is locally famous for its egg breakfasts.
Well, there you go. There's your answer to that. So yeah, the three of you round the corner, and you see this individual earthbending to guide the pickens back into their coop / big pen. What would you all like to do?
Rue is watching intrigued. This is like an amazing show he's never gotten to see.
You guys, the food here is amazing. You have to try it. And look at this. He's just like enthralled with the pickens. One of them kind of strays away and he goes to almost he's kind of down to go grab it.
Get back here, you stupid little picken!
Just as you're about to earthbend one, it kind of like changes direction, and the earth rises up, kind of launching it, and it kind of like flutters down, and then boinks and runs back into the nest.
You know, you guys could help instead of just staring.
Oh yeah, totally.
I will
badly.
Also try to help.
Yeah, they're quick and they're dexterous, and they're running around in this little area that not only has been kind of caged in, but now also has this labyrinth of earth that's just kind of been pushed up and makes it very difficult to get around in this area.
Is there any water anywhere?
In their little dishes, yeah, there's a little bit.
Okay. Rue's gonna make like a little bit of a barrier of frozen water around the area, so they are kind of corralled.
Yeah, you make this this little wall out of the water that's in their dishes. There's this little, maybe 2 foot tall ice wall, and one of them runs up to it, kind of hops and uses its wings to just kind of like do that chicken flutter. They can't really fly, but they can kind of flutter up. Just kind of goes over it and then continues walking. The rest of them all kind of like follow the wall. The one has kind of hopped over.
Going after the one that leapt over my wall.
Doesn't take much to track it down and grab it and get a hold of it. And after a couple minutes of pursuing these pickens, you gather them all back up and get them back into the pen, and things kind of start to settle as the pickens kind of begin to settle down and relax and nuzzle into their nests.
Thank you. They get out like once a week, and I keep telling my parents that we need bigger walls, but they won't let me do that.
Ah,
I don't think I've ever seen a picken before.
I think they'd be happier with bigger walls. I think you should just do it.
Thanks. Michi? You're Michi, right? You used to come into the restaurant.
He's thinking really hard, really fast, and then he just like lights up. Oh my gosh, Shay!
Oh,
It's been a while.
Yeah, I got a little taller. Breakfasts. If you
Dude,
haven't
we do.
yet, you guys should come on in.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We don't really have a lot of money. But
It's
we
okay.
have.
I haven't seen you in years. We can catch up, and it'll be on me this time.
Okay, you're the best.
Your girlfriend's really nice, Michi.
No.
Dude, she's a friend and she's a girl. Yeah, Zola's also like a girlfriend.
oh no.
Oh,
What the fuck was that about?
As you guys are talking and arguing about this girlfriend status, your mother walks around and says, "Shay, did you get the... Oh, I'm sorry, who are your friends? Good morning."
Good morning.
morning.
Mom, you remember Michi?
Oh my, Michi, look at how you've grown.
And
I
you
remember
as
when you were
radiant as
this
ever,
tall.
Miss Shay.
Oh, she reaches out and goes to attempt to pinch your cheek.
He lets her. He stands there, but he gets really red.
I'm gonna notice the fox elk for the first time and be like, and
Oh,
just go over and start petting it.
yeah, that's
no words.
Tapu.
Tapu doesn't seem to really react adversely to you coming over, but as soon as you reach up to like pet Tapu, kind of like tenses up a little bit. Then as you kind of like pet Tapu, relaxes.
I scratch behind the ear very gently, but firmly.
The earth shakes a bit as the back hoof.
I start talking to it like a horse enthusiast talks to a horse, like, "Oh, you like that? Oh, you're so sweet," and just start baby talking to his fox elk.
That
This
also
might be
matches
your
Rue.
girlfriend, Rue.
No.
Well, you should all come in and have a breakfast. On the house.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Rue is first one inside. His stomach is growling.
I thought we ate.
You did not eat
We
breakfast.
had stew last night.
Okay. Okay.
Welcome, Raiders. Hello.
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 So Shay's mother escorts you all into the restaurant, and they get you a little booth in the back corner. It's rather intimate. It's kind of like closed off. There are like 4-foot walls around the booth, and there's this just like one person width kind of entrance into the booth for like the waiter to come up or the server to come up and take orders and everything. But it's kind of a round table, and it's got a round booth. Sits you down, and I'll go get you some breakfast. You two have a lot of catching up to do, I'm sure.
Thank you so much.
Disappears into the back.
What have you been up to?
Well, I was
Arrested.
in jail. That's where I met these two.
What were you in
We're-
jail for? What
we
did you...
are prison break buddies.
No,
Prison-
what?
prison
no,
buddies.
no. They're prison break buddies. I was just there to see my grandmother.
You
was
technically
in
broke out of
prison?
prison.
Yeah.
No, I
So
didn't really. I was a guest
You
there.
were in prison and then you broke out.
No, well, no.
she did run from a soldier. So,
Yeah, there's posters and everything. You can't.
but
you
Michi,
can't
this
just
isn't really
say-
probably something we should like advertise freely and openly that we are, jailbreaks. Just
So what have you been up to?
I've been stuck here every day except for school, working and serving and trying to save up some money so that I could get the heck out of here one day.
It's been like forever. I mean, you have enough money now, right?
Well, things have come up and my parents make me buy my own stuff because I have to be a responsible person. And she does like little air quotes.
We're
do you like-
responsible people.
Oh, did you just say we're responsible people?
We haven't died yet.
I feel like that is a low bar then.
I like that bar.
That's kind of a low bar.
Like real low, right?
Just a little low.
So,
Not getting arrested would be a better bar.
I mean, I managed not to get arrested, so there's that.
I don't know, from the story that they
No,
were
no.
telling,
No,
you were
I was not
in
arrested.
the jail.
I
and
was in the
had
jail
to break
visiting my
out.
grandmother.
Then why did you have to break out?
I didn't have to break out. It just kind of happened. It happened around me and I just walked out.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, with our help.
No.
And that one guy who helped you, and then he probably, I mean,
He probably did.
didn't die. No, he didn't die. I'm sure.
Probably did.
Well, you guys have been leading an exciting life for however long it took you to break out of jail.
2 days. We've been together 2
Yeah.
days.
2 days.
Yeah, that's an exciting 2 days.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
So try not to get arrested in Omashu. Their jails are a little sturdier than Fire Nation jails, or so I'm told.
Noted.
Okay.
So
Plan on getting arrested again. Or I wasn't
Ever.
arrested.
Ever.
You said again. That means
No,
you've been arrested.
I haven't been arrested. I haven't been arrested.
At that
I haven't
awkward
been
conversation, Shay's mother comes back with breakfast plates and sets one down at each of them and gives you each a drink. She just kind of like puts her hands together and kind of being a little bit intrusive into the conversation and just kind of like waiting for the guys to continue the conversation.
So we're looking for my dad.
Oh, well, lots of people come and go from here. What does he look like? Perhaps I've seen him.
I describe him not in great detail.
Oh, we don't see very many Fire Nation soldiers come through Omashu, especially one so high-ranking.
Yeah.
Rue is staring at Zola.
What?
Mom, I don't think her dad would have come through here.
I don't think we've seen anybody like
Okay.
I mean, I guess if you had to, you could ask Lomain. Sorry, Mom. I'm sorry. His name is Lomang. I know that. I just hate him.
What? Why?
Because he's a jerk.
Oh, okay. Well, why would we want to talk to a jerk?
Because he's a knowledgeable jerk that
Oh,
runs the city watch. So if a Fire Nation soldier showed up, he would be the first to know.
okay. I will talk to Lo Ming.
Lo Ming. Lo Ming. Lo
Ming.
Ming.
Do encourage you to kill them with kindness. Well, you
Okay.
don't like him. You should still be nice to him. I don't want you recruited into the military.
He will never recruit me into the military. I've tried.
You've tried to be recruited into the military?
He doesn't think that women can be as good earthbenders as men.
I understand.
What do you mean you tried, Shay?
Oh,
Nothing, Mom. It
Rue
was a joke.
eating, but he just stops like mid-bite.
She really wants out.
We'll certainly be talking about this later. I'll leave you to
My-
your friends.
My place is here, Mom. I know
Indeed it
that.
is. Turns on her heel and she kind of struts off. Seems to be kind of disappointed. Not mad.
just disappointed.
Oh,
Much worse.
so bad.
Do you need out of this situation? I mean, we could use probably another girl in this group.
I would love to get out of this situation, but my parents are very what's the right
Traditional.
word? Clingy.
Oh,
And they worry a lot about what's going on in the world and
I mean,
everything.
yeah, understand that, but like, we're 3 teenagers on an adventure. You want to be a 4th?
Yeah, we could really use help. There's like a lot of things we have to do.
Also, we're looking for more of these, and I'll pull out the tile that I have.
Oh, you guys play Pai Show?
A little.
Oh, they just keep showing up in areas that we are. Have you seen any like this one?
I'm gonna pick it up and kind of look at it.
It is an antique pie show tile. It is hand carved. It looks like it's probably fairly expensive collector's item, maybe. And you can see that there's a disjoint in the center of it on the ridge side. Like you could pop it open.
I'll fiddle with it and pop it open.
Yeah, it pops open. There is nothing on the inside of it.
Okay. Well, I've never seen one that has a secret compartment. And she's gonna put it back together and hand it back. My dad likes to play Pai Show, so maybe he knows, or one of his friends.
We could, we could see your dad, and then maybe we could talk to your parents about. You could come with us.
Or you could run away.
After she finishes stating that, you start to hear the sounds of approaching footsteps in a marching cadence.
Oh no.
Shay, you recognize the sound approaching vending mill.
I'm gonna shrink in my chair a little bit, making herself look even smaller.
And about 30 seconds later, 4 earthbending soldiers come through the front door. Restaurant establishment. One of them is obviously in the lead as he kind of like comes through and he looks over and he kind of like points that way and points that way, and they kind of split up and they start kind of searching the empty booth.
Oh, I'm gonna start shrinking down into the seat as well.
I'm gonna use my shrinking down to kind of go under the table and get out, because I imagine I'm like in the middle of everybody, and kind of go up to them. Do I recognize the individual that's there?
You recognize all 4 of them. None of them are
Okay.
high-ranking officials in the military, but you do recognize them because you're very familiar with the military.
Right. Welcome back to Rock and Roll. What can I get you guys? Do you need a table?
I wish we were here on pleasure. Unfortunately, Shay, we are here on business, and he unravels a scroll. Pulls it open. Have you seen these individuals?
Fuck.
Oh.
And it is It is a calligraphy, like that style of art of the three individuals that you are currently sitting with.
Nope, haven't seen him.
Well, kind of begins to roll up the.
I
If
just
you
got
do,
in, so
you will be sure to let us know. They are wanted fugitives from the Fire Nation, and as you know, the diplomatic consequences of harboring fugitives in Omashu is imprisonment.
well,
Not
yeah.
good.
If I see them, I will be sure to let you guys know as quietly as possible.
Thank you very much, Shay. And you know we've always favored you over Lo Ming. He kind of signals around and everybody kind of stops what they're doing, and the four of them actually leave.
Okay. She's gonna smile and wave at them as they leave and then go back to the table and go, we need to get you guys out of Amashu.
You're amazing.
Just got here.
Finish your breakfast and I'll help you get out of the city.
I mean, on the way, is there like a mail area? Like out of the city?
Probably. There's a lot of different places to send mail, but your guys's, you're all wanted all over, apparently. But there is a messenger hawk place about a block away.
Okay, we should go there, and then anywhere's good. Thank you.
We
Again.
need supplies. It's the whole reason we came to the city.
Well,
And
we
also
have-
because the tile was, the symbol of Omashu.
yeah.
Is there any place we can, like lie low?
Let me talk to my dad. Maybe he's got somebody that can help all of us, because he's been kind of on my side with me trying to branch out on my own. But Mom is very protective. So if I try to help you guys get out of the city and just happen to go with you,
Yeah.
that'd be
I don't
okay.
think we're like kidnappers, right? Yeah, no. You should come with us.
Cool.
Cool.
I mean, we really don't
I'm
know
gonna-
where we're going, but
I'm gonna run to the back and go find Dad, who's probably cooking.
Yeah, you bust into his office, and he is actually not cooking. There's a pot bubbling over on the stove, and he is sitting hunched over in this little bench, and you see him kind of manipulating something in his hand, and as the door smacks open, you hear a crack. And he jumps, and he says, Oh no! Oh, well, hello, Shay.
Daddy, why do you have such an interesting accent?
Why wouldn't I? I've
Wouldn't
talked like
I?
this your entire life.
Oh no.
All right, Daddy's British. I love it. Okay. Sorry, that just really threw me off, Joe.
You're fine. You see
Dad.
that he has broken, like there's a little toothpick figurine that is snapped in half, and he was like painting the figurine.
Okay. Dad, do you remember Michi?
Was that your little pet hamster when you
No.
were 5?
No, Dad, no. That was my friend that came into the restaurant all the time with his family, and we would like sneak off and play in the backyard. And I would get in trouble because I was supposed to be working and I wasn't.
You had friends?
Great.
I'm sorry, that you know what I mean, Shay.
Sad. This is a Bob's Burger situation.
So they kind of need to get out of the city without being noticed. What's the best way to do that?
Ah, yes, underground, of course.
How do I get them there?
He stands up and kind of straightens his outfit a little bit and kind of dusts off some of the toothpick residue, and he's got paint all over his hands and kind of sniffs around. Oh my, oh dear, and he goes over and he turns off the bubbling. He says, are they here?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. Would you mind introducing me to your friends?
Absolutely. Come on. Actually, you stay here. I'll bring them to you.
And he reaches out and he grabs you by the shoulders. He says, Shay, I'm very proud of you. Bring them to me at once.
Okay. And she's gonna run back out and be like, come on, come on, come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go before the guards get back.
I quickly follow Shay.
Rue follows, but grabs the bread from Zola's plate and shoves it in his mouth.
Of course you do.
Yeah, so you run back into your dad's little office area, and he is standing straight up and like almost looks like super excited as you walk into the room, and he kind of watches very much on edge and anticipating, and he's just kind of like bringing his hands together. And
I introduced Dad to everybody.
I am Dad. You can call me Dad. I'm Shay's father. And you are?
I'm Zola.
It's an honor and a pleasure to meet you, Zola.
Why?
I'm Rue.
Fantastic, Rue. It's a beautiful name. Such a strapping young lad.
Michi.
Michi. That's
The hamster.
yes. You were Shay's friend. I always thought you were imaginary.
Oh my god!
I'm so sorry. That comes
What is this man?
completely wrong. You know what I mean, Shay.
Oh,
Yeah. Thanks, Dad. I have friends.
I didn't.
This is
Yeah,
fantastic. This is
we-
fabulous. Are you you are needing to get out of the town,
yes.
and you are going with them, Shay?
Yes.
If you don't tell Mom.
Of course not.
Seems
And he-
sketchy.
Straightens up and begins to kind of like collect himself, and there's almost like this immediate change of demeanor. Turns around away from you guys, and he stomps his foot on the ground while kind of elbowing his waist and then pushing forward with his arm, and you see one of the walls that's made of rock fall down and reveal a secret tunnel. Secret tunnel.
Place just gets better and better.
He says, I won't tell your mother if you don't tell your mother. And he winks. And he turns around and starts heading down this staircase into this like basement-like area.
Is your giant elk friend gonna fit? So what do we do about the elk?
Dad, they have a fox elk.
Oh my, I would so love to see this.
It's out back with the pickens.
Yes. I tell you what, if you need to get out of the city, this tunnel, and he points down the hallway, will take you to the messenger station about a block and a half away. Once you come out of the messenger station, you will probably want to make sure you are disguised. And he reaches over and he takes these like earthbender robes off the wall, and he hands each of you these robes, and they're all kind of like folded up because they were hanging on this rack, so you can't really see the full extent of what they are, but they definitely look like they're some sort of like cult robes or something. And he just hands each of you a robe, and says, I will take care of the fox. I will get the fox elk outside of the city on the south end of town.
Okay.
So
where do
Rue's
we-
gonna reach into his pocket and pull out the treats that he keeps for Tapu and hand them over to the dad. Just be like, just in case he gets a little antsy.
Yes, of course. And he kind of holds his hands out, like palms up, and just excited.
So where do we go when we get to the messenger station?
Ah, yes. Ask for Ba. Tell him you need to use the underground. He will know what that means.
Okay. Are you guys okay with this? Because this is your only way to kind of
Yes.
not get rearrested and sent back to the Fire Nation.
I mean,
Yeah.
one of us would be arrested the first time, so it's okay. I look at Shay's dad and go, is this familiar to you? And I show him the Paishu tile. Like this specific one, like,
You play
do you know where it
Paisho?
came from? Well, yeah, but like I'm trying to collect the whole set.
Oh, well, you can buy Paisho tiles from any general store.
These are special.
Oh, sentimental value. Yes, no, I am sorry.
Okay.
Dad, her Paisho tile has a secret compartment.
I undo it and show.
Oh, that's fabulous. I've never seen a Paisho tile like that before. No,
Is he
never.
is he lying to me?
It is quite obvious from his face that he is not telling the truth. That.
We've found 2 of these. If they'd be of any help, we would love to find more.
Oh yes, well, I don't have any. I've never seen those before in my life. Never ever seen them. You should probably go now. And he kind of begins to shoo you down the tunnel.
Why
I
are you
wouldn't want your
lying?
mom discovering this tunnel. You know how your mother is. Shay, you should probably vamoose.
All right, come on, let's go.
Skedaddle, go. And he heads back up the stairs.
Okay, once we're all in the tunnel, she will earthbend the wall back up.
Your dad is weird.
You see him kind of jump
Yeah.
as it happens, and then he like peeks as it's moving up. He's like,
I like him.
You
he's,
would.
he's eccentric, and I love him, and he's
Well,
amazing.
That's good. I mean, you should love your father.
I love my mom too. Don't get me wrong.
No. I'm not saying that you don't love your mother too. I'm just saying, like, your dad just helped you harbor fugitives. You don't even know us.
I know Michi.
From when?
Like 7 or 8 years ago, I think.
Lots
Maybe
We're
more.
really close.
Lots can happen in 7 to 8 years.
Also,
What
Michi's
do
like
you
walking
like?
backwards in the tunnel and trying to coax them along because the faster they get out, the faster they can see Tapu again. So
Ruby's
Okay.
looking at the robes, just like,
I'll put them on.
if you unfurl them and begin to put them on, you notice that they have on the top right corner of the robe, of the chest part of the robe, there is a very small white lotus, like emblazoned on, like kind of like sewn on.
huh.
Okay,
Listen
we
to
can
that guy.
we can look at it later. Come on.
Do all restaurants have a secret tunnel?
No. I didn't know Dad had a secret tunnel, but he does like to do paintings and stuff, and he helps other people do paintings and stuff, so maybe he gets commissioned for them. I
What?
don't know.
Wait, hold on. What does that have to do with a secret tunnel?
he
Well,
specializes in yeah.
it's specifically to the mail.
Oh,
Like, I'm sure there's a reason for it. I just don't know what it is.
okay.
And we should not stand here and lollygag.
No, I'm
while-
talking and walking.
Okay.
I can do more than one thing at a time.
I can't. Anyway, you get there after not too long, and there's another staircase that goes up, and you can see that it kind of like meets a rock wall.
I'm gonna like shave and a haircut, knock on the rock wall.
It takes about 45 seconds. You can start to hear the sound of rock on rock as this little tiny sliver revealing these bright green eyes, and that's it.
We're looking for Ba.
We need to use the underground.
Hi.
It shuts very loudly.
Rude.
Is that a no?
And then about 30 seconds later, the rock wall descends, revealing a little tunnel. Oh. Thank you for that follow. Welcome to the Nerd Asylum.
Hey.
Revealing the post office, and there is a man standing about 5'4", long, shaggy brown hair. You recognize this person, Shay, as the postal delivery man. You don't recognize, or you know this man's not Ba because you don't know the name Ba. This is actually Rooney, and you have
Okay.
talked to Rooney a couple of times when your father had you mail stuff for the restaurant, and he motions for you quickly. Step inside.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in and just be like, why does my dad have a secret tunnel here?
I don't think I'm at liberty to say. You said you're looking for Ba? Follow me. And he stamps on the ground and the door shuts. And he motions for you to go back into the back part of the delivery office.
Oh, one other thing. My friend wanted to send a letter. So while we're here,
Oh, yes, perfect. I can help you with that.
I'll be super quick. Faster than a fox elk.
He turns around and he goes, "Caw! Caw!"
Earthbenders are weird.
we
And-
are not.
And a messenger hawk flies off of a perch and lands on his arm, and he says, "Yes, what message would you like to send? Please write it here." And he slides a parchment.
Okay. Michi grabs it and just starts like frantically scribbling, but it's kind of like it's not just said straight out. Like he says, like, dear loyal customer, I hope your radishes are well. And it just goes on like that.
Sending a cryptic note. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, his dad would know. But anybody who intercepted it would be like, wow, these people really love radishes.
Rue is looking over his shoulder, just like, what the heck?
Shh, I'm focusing.
Yeah, you finish writing that note, and he kind of snatches the parchment, rolls it up, and puts it in the little parchment holder attached to the messenger hawk. And who am I sending this to?
I tell him the address and my father's name.
Ah, very good. Kind of whispers in the hawk's ear, and then he just kind of lifts his arm up, and it takes off. Is that on your tab, or your father's tab, Shay, or are you paying for that?
That'll cover it.
Fantastic. I'll put it on his tab.
Thank you.
Now,
She winks.
about Ba. Follow me. And he turns around, and he heads to the back of the postal office. You've never been allowed back here, Shay. This is a restricted area for postal workers only. Delivery workers only. And he kind of maneuvers out into this office, and he knocks on the door. Come in! Door swings open, revealing a rather frail old lady. Got long, silvered hair, braided into a very poofy ponytail. Very thick and full at the top, and then just kind of goes down all the way to like where her knees are at. And she's wearing... She looks like she's well-to-do. She's got some rather fancy, fine clothing on. They're very earth tones, lots of green browns in them. She's kind of sitting behind this stone desk. Come, have a seat. And she just kind of like puts her fist on the desk, and 4 seats made of earth just pop up on the other side of the desk. Thank you very much, Rooney. Brown goes back to the... What can Ba help you here?
We need to use the underground to get out of the city.
See your robes. Are you aware of what you're doing?
Not a clue.
Nope.
Perhaps you should ask more questions then.
Oh, we've been trying.
Oh, well, Ba would love to answer your question.
Do you know where these came from? I show her a pie shoe tile.
Oh, those are pie show tiles, huh?
Oh, thank you, but they're special.
Are they?
I open it up.
Oh, they have a compartment. I don't
Yes.
see anything inside it.
I have that tucked away somewhere safe.
Oh, so there was something inside.
Yes, there was.
Was?
Yes, I do.
Then is
It
not
was
the
a
only one
scroll.
either. Uh,
Scroll, you say?
It had different bending techniques.
Ah, yes.
And
Interesting.
then we also
I got it from
ran
my
into
grandmother.
Your grandmother, you say?
Yes.
Huh. What was your grandmother's name?
Nani.
Nani?
Nana.
Nani?
Nana.
Your grandmother's name was Nana.
Yes. No.
That was her name, or that's what you called her?
That's what I called her. I will make up a name later. I tell her the name of my grandmother. Shit.
Okay.
Everybody knows her in the Fire Nation as Nani.
That's fantastic. I actually know Nana.
You do?
Oh yes, we were good friends as children. I was the beautiful one.
I can see that.
She was the smartass.
I could see that.
She gave you this Paisho tile.
Yeah.
Ah, then you are the one to take over. I understand now. Over
Take over
over
what?
what?
and take over her role, of course. And she sets a Paisho tile on her desk and slides it across. She would want you to have this.
I take the pie show tile.
It looks like it comes from the same set.
Okay.
And this particular one is 3 blades of wheat.
Does it open?
It looks like it does.
I will open it.
There is nothing on the inside.
What am I taking over?
Her role in the White Lotus.
What is
What's
that?
the White Lotus?
what?
Oh. He didn't tell you?
She didn't have time. She was in prison.
It's been a crazy 2 days.
I imagine
Why
it probably
hasn't-
has.
Why hasn't my dad said anything?
Your father is a member as well.
What?
Is my
Wait.
mom?
Oh no! Your mother would have nothing to do with this.
But what is this?
Okay.
Kind of looks around. Obviously, there's no one in the room. She does it for
I
dramatic
also
purpose.
look around like there's somebody
She
there.
leans in. It's the resistance.
Resistance against the Fire Nation?
Not all of them. Of course, we have Fire Nation members inside. You're supposed to take your grandmother's role.
Faye's face just lights up. She
I'm
looks
not
excited.
ready.
Well, we know that, dear. That's why you've been sent on this journey.
Wait. Where am I supposed to be going then?
Unfortunately, that I cannot answer. We'll have to figure these answers out for yourself.
Sent on a journey to nowhere.
No, there is a specific destination,
But you can't tell us.
but I don't know what the destination is, honey.
Who does?
Only
Did
you
Grandma?
can answer that. This journey, it's of self-discovery. And you are not the only one on it. She looks around the room. As you can tell, some of the members feel that, we are getting quite old, and we won't be around forever.
You don't say.
Did your granny ever tell you how old she is?
No.
Yes, well, we're not young anymore.
How old is she?
She ain't no spring chicken. Pick it.
Lord, okay.
It's rude to ask somebody how old they are.
I asked how old Grandma was, not Bob.
Yeah, we share a birthday, honey.
Are you
I'm no older than 40, and she kind of pets her ponytail.
okay? Do you know where my father is then?
Last we heard from him, he was up north.
Okay, it looks like we're going north then.
So Cauldron is member 2.
Cauldron. Oh, yes. Nobody's really seen Cauldron in a while.
Who the hell is Cauldron?
He goes by many names:
Oh.
spoon, fork, cauldron, kettle.
All right, Michi's also losing his shit.
Who dat?
That's the best.
Uh,
Banana
that's
leaf
the-
guy.
Oh, that's right. Banana leaf guy.
Yeah,
I forgot.
I knew that'd work.
Block that out of your memory, huh?
I did.
Yeah, his banana leaf was too short.
Zola, I have a question.
Yeah.
When you get too old, or if you go to jail, who are you gonna pick as your successor then? You gotta start thinking about these things.
I just turned 18.
My mom used to always say, "You got to plan for the future."
I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing at the moment.
Well, just keep it in mind.
Well, apparently,
We're going north.
yeah, we got to go north.
Yeah.
But
North.
Dad said that we got to go to the south end of the city first,
That's
and then we
fair.
can go
Let's-
around and go north.
Yeah, let's do that.
Are you ready to begin this journey?
No,
I'm
but
sure it
yes.
will be
Yes.
testing for all of you.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
All of us.
Why did Dad wait till I was in my 20s to do this?
You're the oldest one out of all of
You're
us.
20?
I had turned 21 a couple of weeks ago.
You're
Your
okay.
mother put up quite a fight against.
And mine.
Yes, well, war is not something that is. War is not something that you can just dabble in. Your mother
Okay.
was very wise to keep you away from it as long as she did. But there comes a time in every young adult's life you have to pick a side. Not pick a side. You have to make a stand.
Some of it was forced upon us.
Yes, well, you know that saying, some are born great and others have it thrust upon them.
It's a lot of pressure.
Yes.
Can you-
We'll keep pushing and tip, 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 and hop.
Can you
It was
tell us
gonna be-
anything?
2
Elf.
songs. Either David Bowie's Under Pressure or that one.
We're relevant here at the Nerd Asylum, it's fine.
It's fine.
Pop culture,
Can you-
baby.
Tell us anything else about this White Lotus?
Thingy.
Well, of course, what would you like to know, dear?
Everything.
How wide does this organization reach?
It has members across the entire world,
Jesus.
Okay.
in
So
every nation.
is there like a
Headquarters?
password? I was going to say
Fortunately.
password that says like, hey, we are members of this White Lotus thingy.
She
If
just
you
kind
are
of looks
too, you can
down
help
at your
us.
robe. Like the little
I think
symbol.
the-
She just kind of
the
looks
I'm
at
not
that,
wearing a
the
robe.
Password.
Like, I don't know. I mean, some of you will have the penchant for the cryptic arts, and some of you will not. It will be beneficial for you all to learn about each other and play off of your strengths. Form bonds in a strong family unit.
Okay.
That is the only way you are going to survive in this world. Find something worth fighting for.
A girl worth fighting for.
We here at the Nerd Asylum are a musical bunch.
Even though we haven't had a musical episode yet,
It's not gonna happen.
I'll do it.
one day.
We need Suckerain. Okay, sorry.
So how
Out of character.
so if we go up to any place that has this symbol, they'll be a part of the organization?
Well, not necessarily. White lotuses are very common among decorating
Is there a specific way it's done, maybe, that would set you apart from others?
You have a secret handshake, but you'll have to learn that.
Can you teach us the secret handshake?
I suppose.
I want to learn.
Yes, I could. I believe I could.
Okay.
She reaches out her hand.
I reach out for
Nope,
her
that's
hand.
all wrong.
Well, how would I have known that?
She does it again.
I keep my hand away from hers?
Just stares at you awkwardly.
I reach out with my other hand.
Ah, there you go. Back to back.
Oh, okay.
She put back to back. She says, "What is the next step?"
I feel like I'm being played.
Whatever it is, it's entertaining.
This way?
Keep going.
What is it this? She kind of like turns her wrist up and down. She says, "You know, perhaps I'm not the best person to teach you this."
Okay, can you give us another name of another person who's involved?
Where are you
Maybe-
headed?
North.
North. All the way north? As far north as you can get?
Yes.
Ah, then I believe one of you will know the person you talk to. Looks at Rue. Obviously,
I look at Rue.
I'm gonna look at Rue too.
Everyone looks.
Huh. Who?
Your mom.
Did your voice just crack? Are you nervous?
A little
No,
bit. It was
I'm not.
cute.
Shut up.
Oh.
Who?
I think you will find that many of you have more connections to this than you know. But this journey is yours to take, and you will have to learn as we did, on your own. Grow as individuals, and bond as friends. That is the only way to fight the intolerance of...
That's so wise.
That's so cryptic.
Thank you! I've spent years accumulating this wisdom, and she pets her.
I guess we should leave then.
Yes, the underground is right here. Smacks her hand on the table, and the chairs just drop from underneath you.
Oh, no!
There was so much screaming.
Can I have expected that and just like sit down anyway? Without screaming?
And then the one just kind of lowers slowly. Shay's just kind of like lands there. And you are in a secret tunnel. But this one is quite wide, and this one looks like it has a large labyrinth of like networks that it kind of like goes all around Omashu. And you hear a voice ring out from above. Follow the lights, dearies.
Not cool.
I'm gonna look for light.
There's no light yet, but as she taps on the desk, you can hear it. The stone holes in the ground, the ceiling kind of closes. And as the darkness kind of takes over, there are these light, dim, kind of teal glow that kind of lights up above the tunnels in the direction that you're wanting to go. South.
Zola would feel Rue grab her arm as it got dark.
Beautiful. Come on, you guys. Come on. Rue, come on.
Are you okay, Rue?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. This is just
Okay.
fantastic.
Okay.
It's just underground. We can get out. It'll be okay.
I'm here for you.
I gently take Rue's hand and start walking with him,
Okay.
Fine. This is fine. We're
trying
fine.
to be comforting.
It's all fine.
So you begin to walk down these tunnels heading south. And every once in a while, you swear you can hear the sound of like a banjo. Doo-doo-doo. It's ever so slight and ever so quick, and then it fades away. And eventually, you come to a large rock wall inside this cavern as the tunnel kind of opens up. there's a large rock wall in front of you.
I think this is your time to shine, Shay.
That's a big wall.
Yeah, I can't move Earth unless I want to just like dig with my hands.
She looks a little bit nervous and looks at this huge wall in front of her and is like, okay. Are we supposed to go through the wall? Like, where do the lights lead?
The lights lead to this cavern. So they kind of stop, and the cavern itself is lit up very dimly, and there's just this flat surface. So you can go back the way you came, or there's this rock wall.
I think we have to
I'm
go
going to
through
try
it.
to bend the wall so
Okay.
that there's a hole that we can all fit through.
I would like you to roll a rely on your skills roll, which is a focus roll.
Even you. So hard. Like rock hard.
9.
Yeah. You do your form and you stomp forward, and the wall kind of closes down, leaving this almost door-like structure in the wall ahead of you. And immediately as that happens, the chamber is flooded with light from outside.
Okay, that was brighter
Rude.
than I thought it was going to be.
Eh,
Eyes adjust.
Rue is
I'm gonna take
out.
a peek outside. Well, I was gonna make sure the coast was clear, but
it's fine.
Uh-oh. Rue, you're peeking out.
Yeah,
As
I mean,
you
he-
peek
he's
out,
fastly.
get
peeking out.
soaked as a massive tongue here with this,
No.
just licks from bottom to top, lifting you up off the ground. And you all hear Tapu.
Hi, buddy. Oh,
How's Soot doing?
Soot pops up off the saddle and kind of looks around, and then when Soot sees you, jumps down, runs across, and then runs up your leg and up your waist up onto your shoulder.
Oh, hi, buddy.
Kind of nuzzles into your hand.
Sweet boy.
Yeah,
that doesn't come out.
Shay, you see not only Tapu, which you saw earlier, you now see a fire ferret jump out and down and around and run up onto Zola.
Oh, it's so cute. Everybody's got pets. And she like claps her hands a little bit.
I will hold Soot out to Shay.
She's gonna scratch his little head.
His tail kind of poofs out as you do that. Wiggles back and forth.
All right, I guess
So-
we're...
Is my dad out there or just the fox elk?
Just the fox elk.
Okay. Well, I guess we're going north. I did not get a chance to pack. This is awful.
We'll have to pick up supplies along the way.
Yeah, we can do that. And she like has a pouch on her hip. Like I've got some money.
Well, that's good.
Not a lot, but it'll get
we
us
have-
through.
We have some stuff that we were going to sell in the city, so hopefully we can find somewhere else to sell it.
Rue's gonna pull out the map that he has to see what's the next, like, how close the next city is. Or if there's a small town.
Sorry. I'm trying to pull up my map. Can't find it. I bookmarked it, but I have too many bookmarks.
Joe randomly screaming. I literally thought like somebody was coming for us.
I thought somebody quacked. I got confused.
Let's see here. So we're heading. Nope, that's the same thing. Marco. Is it? That's the name.
Rue definitely thought he was going crazy hearing the soft banjo noises.
Michi almost went off the trail to like follow it. Like they passed a cavern that didn't have lights, and he almost was just like, "Oh, music."
Oh, come on.
your mom's not gonna like send the entire like Earth Kingdom
No.
army after us, right?
Are you sure?
No. No.
Oh, so we're gonna have to worry about Fire Nation and Earth?
I mean,
Kingdom
we were gonna
stuff?
have to worry about that anyway since they had y'all's posters.
Fair. But now
That's
this is
true.
a kidnapping.
I mean,
An
it's
adult
Only
it's
only to my mother.
Can your father like make sure that she doesn't report us or
No.
oh okay.
I don't think she'll report us today.
Cool.
I think she'll give me like a week to quote come to my senses and come home,
Okay.
but I can't make any promises.
Fair.
Oh, I can zoom in. There it is. Okay. So according to your map, if you head straight north, you're going to hit the Great Divide. If you're looking to go to a city for replenishing and everything, you're going to want to head kind of northwest. And that's going to put you at Macapu Village. And
Okay.
then to the west of that is a Fire Nation colony. So you're going to want to kind of be careful as you're approaching Macapu Village. There's probably going to be more and more Fire Nation around.
he'll kind of hold out the map to the other three and just be like, okay, well, we can hit the Great Divide, or there's this village kind of west of that, but there might be some Fire Nation soldiers.
Is there a village on our way that's not as close to Fire Nation stuff?
No.
If you
We
head
gotta get
back towards the
stuff.
Fire Nation, you could go because you kind of went south. You could go north, but you could go back to Crescent Island, or hit the Fire Nation areas. But if you continue on north, you'd hit the Senlin Village.
And that's after the.
That is before you would hit Macapu Village, but it's like right on the coast where, like, you go due west, you'd hit Crescent Island.
I don't think we should go backwards. I think that's counterproductive. And heading towards the Fire Nation is a terrible idea, seeing as we just escaped them. So I think it makes
Have
more sense to go
disguises
to
now.
Macapu Village.
And until my mom decides to put out a warrant for me, which may or may not happen, I don't know. I just may be a missing poster for a while.
Cool.
I could kind of scout out, maybe go in on my own and get some supplies, or maybe just like with one of you, while the other two stay outside the village, get supplies, come back out.
True. I don't want you going alone.
That's why I said like with one of you instead of the whole group.
Yeah.
Or we could just go in together and deal with whatever comes up.
I don't really think that's a good idea. I don't want to have to like fight a lot. It's gonna get us into more trouble. But I like the idea of maybe one or two of us going in.
Well, Shay, I could go with you, and then Tapu and Soot and Root and Zola can hold down the fort outside.
That's true.
That sounds like a plan. At least get us some food and maybe get you guys some actual Earth Kingdom clothes instead of just like a robe.
Fair.
Might blend in a little bit better without Blue Boy being blue.
Rude.
Or,
These
you know,
are
red and blue are not typically prominent colors here. Zola and Rue. Sorry, I brain farted your name. I'm so sorry.
You're not wrong. Didn't have a lot of time to change before taking off.
When
we
life
could also
skips a
use
beat,
things
you
fast.
need simple reasons to keep
Why are you screaming,
Sorry.
God?
Because I had the map pulled up and it's on a website, and the website had an advertisement that started, and it scared the shit out of me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you guys in Fire Nation and Water Nation clothes kind of stick out like a sore thumb.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, when we get north, we'll end up having to all change into other clothes. But for the time being, we kind of need to blend in wherever we're at.
That's fair. I could just take off the tunic, save our money.
Would walking around half naked be a problem?
I have a shirt on under this.
I didn't know.
But
I
you
could
used
also
the
just
layers
take
like you
off
did
the
for-
red.
We'll make a list. Like, we got some time to get to
Macapu.
Macapu. God.
Macapu.
Thanks, God.
So you
So
all
we'll make a list of everything everyone needs.
Yeah. You all mount Tapu on the saddle. And Shay, this is your first time mounting a fox elk. There is a very nice saddle on this fox elk. In fact, the saddle does look like it's worn, but you do notice that this saddle is pretty nice.
So fancy.
Yeah. I've had a Tapu since he was, real little. Both of us were real little.
That's so sweet. And he obviously loves you. And she's gonna like scritch him again on the like this time on the side of the neck.
The shiver kind of shakes the saddle left and right.
Holding on very tight. Hate it.
And what is your phrase to get Tapu to go?
We snaw.
Why? You're sitting at the back of the saddle. I will turn this fox elk around. I think he just clicks his tongue. It's the easiest to do in a race.
Yeah, so you click your tongue and Tapu takes off. Shay, you're almost kind of shook with the amount of like momentum that he takes off with, and Tapu is very fast. And take off, and you are heading towards Macapu Village. And we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back after these messages from not our sponsors, because we don't have any. But if you would like to be a sponsor, hit us up. silebshow@gmail.com. Send us a message.
Sponsor.
We'll be back right after this. right, welcome back. So, last we left off, our adventurers, our group, our coterie, our friend group, or whatever you want to call this grouping of individuals from all different nations, have come together and are heading towards Macapu Village. And it takes you a couple, like a night and a day and a night and a day to get there. That's the distance traveling. So you've been on Tapu, traveling across the Earth Kingdom to get to Macapu. And you're all pretty unclean at this point as you've been traveling on the road without any showers or villages or anything. And in the distance, as Tapu is just booking it, flying through the terrain, almost, you see a village at the base of a massive mountain. And that mountain, at the very peak of it, is giving off a bit of steam. And Tapu approaches the village and kind of begins to slow down a little bit. And you can see that this village is it's pretty. It's nice. It's very Earth Kingdomy. It's probably some kind of trade stop village. There is a bustling activity of people kind of going back and forth. And as you approach, there's this main drag. So there's buildings on the west side, there's buildings on the east side, and there's double wide road area. And then there's a massive, what looks like an estate that's kind of at the end of that road that is backdropped by this giant volcano. And as you're approaching, in the center of the street, you see a large crowd that's kind of gathered around. They seem to be kind of chanting some sort of chaos going on in the center of town.
Rue's gonna hop off Tapu and lead them, just so there's not another radish cart incident.
I automatically get off this thing. I'm gonna walk.
If we don't have to, I'll stay on. I mean,
Yeah, I'm gonna stay on so I could like maybe see above the crowd a little bit to see what's going on.
Yeah, Tapu stands at about 10 feet tall, so if you like kind of lift it up, you would be able to kind of see over the top. And in the center of the crowd, there is a family, an adult woman and an adult man, and a young male child. They look like they have been kind of, there's bruises and kind of scratch marks, their clothes are torn, and there is a grouping of individuals gathered around them. They seem to be kind of like aggressively circling in, like the circle gets tighter and tighter around these three.
Can I try and weave through the crowd?
Yeah.
Yeah. You could push an elbow. They are, and as you're in that crowd and you're kind of weaving through that, you hear the chanting, throw them in, throw them in, throw them in.
I'm gonna try and get to the center to where the family is.
Yeah, Rue is pushing his way through too.
we're bringing Tapu. It like parting the
Using
crowds.
Tapu.
Tapu is able to very easily part the crowd in the center of this and kind of clears this path. And there seems to be an individual who is leading this chant. Long, dark hair, kind of pulled up in the center and pulled back to kind of meet this like ponytail with the rest of the hair flowing down in these long, flowy, teal-colored robes. Their hand is kind of folded in. You know how that they've got that drapey armband, and they're just kind of like standing almost in front of the rest of the crowd in this circle around this family. You stand accused of being firebenders. We shall throw you in the mountain.
I'm gonna speak up. Why is that a crime?
Everybody stops, and it's almost like this pin drop silence at that point as the crowd shifts their focus from this family of three to you. What do you mean? Why
Well-
is that a crime? They are firebenders.
So hold on. Are they? Because if they were, I feel like they would have just bend against you guys.
Give me just a second here. I gotta find my place. Where to go?
Also, did you hit a child?
It says, Shoni over there saw the child bend. There was a candle on the windowsill, and that child made the flame dance.
Are you sure it wasn't the
Oh.
wind?
That's not proof for anything.
Can I go over to them? How is the child looking
The child
specifically?
looks like the child has been aggressively, not beaten, but aggressively, like, there's something
Shoved.
going on here. Yeah, shoved around. Definitely the child is upset. The child is crying.
Oh, I'm gonna bend down and go.
The
Hey,
mom
are
and
you
dad
okay?"
are, like, being very protective of the son.
Yeah.
They're kind of putting themselves in between the crowd and the son.
Michi's mad.
What's your guys' name?
Kind of looks at you. My name is Mo.
It's nice to meet you, Mo. I'm Zola.
Hi, Zola. Are you gonna hurt me? Kind of
No,
Snuggles up
absolutely,
against his mom and dad.
absolutely not.
So, what other proof do you have that they are firebenders?
He kind of,
Besides a window
And a
and a
candle.
flame.
You didn't see them
Candle.
produce flame at all.
that's D&D. We don't play that here.
Thanks, Joe.
No, he points over and says, no, Bohar also saw the little boy heat up his milk.
In a fire, like in a stove.
Kind of looks over and Bohar steps forward. Bohar is got a big poofy beard, bald head. Looks like he's probably in his 40s. No, that kid warmed up his milk using just his hands. And then the crowd, yeah. This is very much mob mentality right now. Whenever somebody in the crowd
That doesn't
says
seem like
something,
very solid proof.
Absolutely not.
we know he's
Even
a
if he
firebender.
did, you should be ashamed of yourselves. This is a child.
All firebenders do is destroy. This child will destroy our village.
How long
Yeah.
has this family lived in your village?
They moved here 2 years ago.
And they've never
have-
showed firebending before.
Well, no, he's just coming of age. He's just beginning to get his bending powers.
And
Oh,
where did he
just
get them
wanna
from?
live here.
That's how bending works. He
How
kind of-
old
That's
are you?
not how bending works.
And how would
Are you a
know
bender?
this?
Bending is a lot of training.
Yes,
I'm an earthbender, and I'm gonna kick yours if you don't back off this kid.
I would like you to roll and
My
intimidate
five
an
foot
NPC
four.
I love.
as you're
but
staring up
you're
at him.
no, she's on the thing.
Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
we're
You're
both on
looking down.
Tapu.
Yeah.
I'm on Tapu.
Roll your intimidate an NPC. That's a passion roll.
Hey, I'm supposed to be good at that. Let's see. Ooh, 11.
Ooh.
Ooh.
He does kind of take a step back. He says, well, I am the only earthbender in this village. I would know about bending. I am the earthbending expert. And
Show
who
us.
do you think you
Oh.
are?
Show us.
I'm from Omashu. I've seen real earthbending experts. You're just flexing your strength for no reason on a child. How low can you be?
Perhaps. Well, you can't just come into my village and say that you're benders. And he picks up some little pebbles and they start to kind of swirl around in his hand. See, I am a real earthbender.
I'm gonna get
Your
off
village.
of the. I'm gonna get off of the fox elk, and when I step down, I'm gonna stomp my foot a little bit and make earth underneath one of his feet kind of tip up, and make him fall on his butt.
Yeah, you do that, and as you dismount and stomp down, the earth throws him off balance, and he falls down. And the crowd kind of, at this, dissipates. Not, like, dissipates
Good.
away, but they kind of, like, de-escalate, and they kind of, ooh, you hear the, ooh.
Can I ask the crowd a question? You say throw them in. Do you mean to the volcano?
One of the ladies steps forward, and Well, yes, we were going to throw them into the volcano to appease the fire gods.
And how many people have you done this to?
We wouldn't do it to our people. This would be the first time we've done it in a long time, I think.
So you're all going to murder a family based on
An accusation from this coward.
Well, I mean, she looks very ashamed of herself as she kind of retreats back, acknowledging that yes, that's what they were going to do, but now that you're talking reason to them, they kind of seem ashamed. And
has anybody seen any of these people actually show bending of any kind? Not a flame dancing in the wind, not
a hot
heating
cup
up.
of milk.
They all
Actual
kind of
flame.
look at each other and look around, and you see that the crowd is acknowledging that this is kind of like they're acknowledging that they were in mob mode, and nobody really has any solid proof against this kid. And then you feel a tug on your shoulder, or on your little like shaw. That's what it's called.
Yeah. I look down.
He is kind of tugging on your shaw, and
I do.
I am a firebender, but I promise I wasn't trying to hurt anybody.
We can keep that our secret for now, okay?
He just kind of nods, like, yeah, I'm not gonna say anything.
I wink at him and go, me too.
His eyes light up.
So before you start murdering your neighbors because of an accusation, maybe you should take a look at what's happening in your own village.
You have kind of started to win the crowd over, and as Along begins to kind of brush himself off and pick himself up, who exactly do you think you are, coming in here and showing me up in my village?
Rue is going to make a layer of water underneath his feet and freeze it so he falls back down.
You just that real thin layer of water and then freeze it, and he loses his footing and then just right back down on the ground. The crowd all kind of watches this, and they all seem to be kind of like coming out of that mob mentality and realizing what's going on. He was kind of whipping them in frenzy. And you can see some of the people in the very back of the crowd are kind of like guiltily like dispersing. So like there's 3 or 4 people in the back that have kind of like turned their backs on the mob and are kind of like leaving towards their home.
You know, you shouldn't blame the actions of a few and make everyone out to be something that they're not. Not all firebenders are bad, and this family just wants to live their life.
Everyone who's living in this village seems to want to live in peace, including this family.
How long?
And they are your people.
Stands up again.
Everyone here is your people.
Violence for violence sake is wrong. You should be ashamed of yourself using your stature and your supposed skilled bending to be this. You're supposed to be a role model for people.
Kind of straightens out his stuff, and the crowd is starting to disperse at this point. There's more and more people in the back of the crowd that are leaving, but How Long kind of looks at you and says, well, how else do you expect us to appease the fire gods? And he points to the volcano that is steaming. That thing was not active until these folks came here.
So it's been active
ago?
for 2 years. Yeah.
You've just been hanging out while there's a volcano ready to for 2 years?
It's never acted up until now.
Till today? So it was completely calm before today.
Well, I mean, every
It
once
only
in a
takes
while it
once.
would burble.
Sir, it only takes once.
Oh, sweet summer child. Do you not know how volcanoes work?
Apparently not.
Right.
We throw the child in, and it appeases the fire gods, and the
It will not.
At this point, the crowd is now very much dispersing, and there's only like 4 people left. The family is still standing there. The child kind of looks like he's a little bit more relaxed, as How Long is kind of standing there arguing with you.
Shay kicks a pebble into his face, like right in the middle of his forehead. Like not a big one, just something really tiny. Just it's the equivalent is her flicking him in the forehead just with a tiny pebble.
If the fire gods need to be appeased, wouldn't they want something other than a fire bender?
That would actually probably piss them off.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure I wouldn't
What about
know.
an earthbender?
Hey
I'm
now.
not going to sacrifice
you.
any of my villagers.
Oh, I'm thinking of you, because if you really cared about your people, you'd make that sacrifice yourself.
Self-sacrifice is the greatest one of all.
He kind of
Or
looks
maybe
around and
you don't
see him
believe-
very happy that the crowd is dispersed at this point.
Or maybe you don't believe in the fire gods needing a sacrifice. And you're just trying to start shit.
Well, these firebenders need to leave my village
Why?
because they're
Have they-
firebenders. They're called nothing but trouble.
Have they ever done anything to you in the 2 years that they've been here? Have they done anything? You say that fire is so dangerous. It destroys things, but fire also gives you hot meals.
He looks over at the kid. Well, yes, this kid is very annoying. He's always kicking me in
You're
the ass.
very
Flick him.
annoying.
I'm gonna flick him. I'm gonna walk up to him and flick him.
You can flick him as you do see the child kind of like doing that to the man, as he's kind of a bit more confident as the 4 of you are standing here protecting him.
Children are children, and you are a grown-ass man.
And kind of an easy target.
Well, I never. And he
Seems
just
like
kind
you
of
need to be knocked
huffs,
down a peg.
and he turns around and he looks at the remaining 3 people from the crowd. Disperse to your houses. There's nothing to see here. And the 3 of them kind of nod and disperse. I suppose he turns around and looks at the family. I suppose you're good to stay. You stay out of my hair, he says to the child.
I'm gonna turn to the family. I was like, I don't think you should stay here.
And I don't recommend staying in such a prejudiced town.
There's a volcano that might erupt, so
I mean, that might
They're
happen. That
bad.
might not happen. But I don't think you should stay here because who knows what he'll do when we leave.
Also, the volcano, because one lone earthbender cannot stop a volcano.
It's
Um,
fair.
The mother nods and the father looks very thankful. The child tugs jaw again.
I bend down to the child.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And he gives you a real quick hug.
I hug him back.
And
Do
then
they have any like serious cuts or bruises?
they look like they have been kind of manhandled, but they don't look like they have been beat up aggressively. Just kind of like dragged out and put into the center of. So there's nothing like. There's no open bleeding cuts. There's no like broken bones, but they do look like they were in a tussle.
Okay.
Would you like us to lead you out of town when we're ready to leave?
No, thank you very much. You've done too much already. We will
It's
pack
not
up.
a problem.
We have family in Bossing.
Okay.
Just return.
Okay.
well let us walk you back to your house. He leans down to the kid like, do you want to ride the fox elk?
The kid just like lights up. Yes, yes, yes.
Rue's gonna pick him up and put him in the saddle.
The father says, "You should stay with us for dinner. It's the least we can do."
Thank you.
Of course.
I hate bullies.
Well, We agree,
Uh,
but we also understand being Fire Nation in the Earth Kingdom in these times, it's tough.
But it's not your fault that that's where you came from. Obviously, you're not there for a reason now.
Yes, we left because we do not agree with the politics.
There are a lot of people that don't. Yes.
Refreshing to see that. Been a struggle these past couple. Left everything behind to come here.
Well, I think that we can at least show you out of town in the morning so that you don't have to deal with this prejudice anymore.
Thank you.
Of course.
They lead you.
Before
Oh, go ahead. Yep.
before we go and enjoy your wonderful hospitality, is there where's the store in town that we can pick up some supplies for tomorrow?
Well, we actually run the gen.
They were just going to set you on fire.
Well, how long has been wanting to seize our store for a while now?
Okay, well, we would love to buy from you if that's okay.
Of course. We serve everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. And they lead you to their house, and as they get, it's a pretty decent sized estate. They look like they're doing pretty well here. And as they open the sliding door, they reveal. Oh, sorry, my mic was over there. Thank you for letting me know that. As they lead you over to their house, it's a pretty nice estate. They open the sliding door, and you see that there is a caretaker there, and there is a very young, like newborn, couple months old baby.
You have a baby.
Yes, this is Wu.
Woohoo.
Yes, we are quite excited as well.
They were gonna
Rue
leave
really
that
wants
kid
to turn around and go find what's his face.
and Zola is like fuming. She is pissed. Oh, I'll show that fucker firebending.
Let's not. We put him in his place. Voice of reason.
Somebody has to be.
We very much appreciate what you did today. Please accept this. And they set down. There's a bowl of rice, some roast duck. Sorry, Vincent.
Rue loves it. Vincent's in my head going, no. How could you monster?
Sorry, it's roasted turtle duck.
Oh no, they've deshelled. It's hard to eat.
You're stuck.
Sorry, that's very dark. It's
Rue
food.
is gonna take the food and eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is very nice. This is a very nice hot meal, and it's been a while because you've been on the road, plus before everything that happened. And this is very filling and very nice. The rice is just perfectly done. They are good cooks here.
Rue eats probably a little too fast.
Slow down.
No, please eat up. There's plenty more. And she heads back into the kitchen to fix more food.
Thank you.
So, is your village pretty big on these fire gods?
No, this is the first time that that's come up, actually. It was How Long's way of trying to get rid of us. My husband, and she points over to him, he's actually trying to run for the mayor position against How Long.
I'd probably do this place some good with him in charge.
Yeah.
Yes, he's running on diversity and inclusion. How long does not like that? We are Fire Nation refugees, and some of the villagers look upon us as with different eyes, but most of the villagers here are very nice and accepting.
Except when they're riled up.
Yes, well, mob mentality will do that.
Yeah, but
it's
it
not their
also-
fault.
It shows true colors as well. If none of them were standing up against him.
Afraid
Well.
to. They were afraid to. It's
You came in at a very good time.
I'm Rue. This is Zola, Michi, and Shay.
Ah, well, you've met Mo. This is Wu, she points to the daughter. That's my husband, Roman. And I am Mong.
Roman.
It's nice to meet all of you. I'm sorry that you've had to go through such a thing.
We
Thank you for the
appreciate it.
food.
It's the least we can do, please. Well, we have a guest room. You can stay the night here, and then in the morning, when you're ready, we can open up the shop and exchange.
You guys wouldn't happen to have baths, would you?
Not here on our estates, but there are the hot springs.
Oh,
Hot springs.
I would love to show them to you.
Yes, please.
She stands up from her table and...
Oh, wait, I have something for you.
Oh, yes?
I'm gonna go get some of the clams.
Yeah. As you bring them back. Oh, these are a delicacy. These would... Oh, I'm very excited to make food with you. You will have to stay for tomorrow's dinner, too.
I don't know if we can.
oh, but Zola.
I mean, we're not in a huge rush, sure.
Definitely not in a huge rush.
Here, I must pay you for these. And she goes over and
No,
flips
no,
over...
no.
Yes,
no.
of course. These are worth their weight in silver.
So here's the thing: is we need some supplies. So why don't we just make a trade with that?
Ah, bartering, yes. We can arrange that as well.
Yeah.
I will do the calculations on how much these are worth, and then whatever you need in the morning, we will make those arrangements.
Thank you.
She bows to you and...
I bow back.
You excuse
Hot
me?
springs.
I will go prepare the towels and prepare to lead you to the hot spring.
Thank
Great.
you.
She excuses herself, leaving the four of you at the table there. There's still food there. Roast duck, rice.
So full.
We're still eating.
I'm eating as well. Like this is good food.
So
and
good.
I have a very strong appreciation for good food.
Just Zola feels all conked out. So full.
After a little bit, she comes back and she, if you'll follow me this way. She has very nice, thick, fluffy robes for all of you and towels. She walks you across town towards the big estate.
Oh.
And the big estate that's at the base of the mountain is not really an estate. It is a community center. And there are some people kind of going about their business. It's they've got all kinds of activities and things going on. And then she leads you back towards the back, and I have taken the liberty of reserving this for you privately.
Thank you.
Oh. Thanks.
She sets down the towels and, please, enjoy yourselves and take your time.
Cool.
Okay.
Ruin.
Thank you.
Getting in that water.
She disappears and heads away, and Rue, as you're getting into the water, you kind of tip your toe in there, and it is hot.
Like cook us hot?
Like hot.
I'm just gonna touch it and go, ah.
Hmm.
And
It's so nice.
then you hear a rustling
Uh,
in the bushes behind you.
I look
Getting into a stance, man.
with a
In your
towel.
robe.
Mo kind of pops out. He says, no, 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 no. I'm sorry. I might have made it too hot for you. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
And he looks completely embarrassed, and his face turns completely red as he sees the two girls, and he's like, oh! And he just, like, takes off running.
Is there a way for me to make it less hot?
I can make it less hot.
Between the two of you, yes,
Yeah.
you can definitely cool it down.
I'm gonna look around to make sure no one's watching as I do the bending to try and lower the temperature.
Yeah, you absorb some of the heat while kind of freeze and put little ice cubes in there to cool it down. And eventually it gets to this normal temperature where it's like a hot tub.
It's like that seasoning meme. Just,
Little ice cubes.
I want a Salt Bay meme turned into Rue with ice cubes.
Yes.
Yes.
Do it, Lance. Do it.
I know what Lance is doing tonight.
I'm gonna slip into this tub.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. You have a very nice, relaxing evening.
Is there like pebbles or stuff at the bottom of this, or is it just like a smooth rock surface?
It's definitely been earthbended. Like, it was here naturally beforehand, but it's been altered by earthbenders to produce this really nice, round, kind of like bath area. And it's kind of lined with these like little square pebbles, so that it almost kind of makes like this tiled bottom. You could pull them up, but they would be like pulling them out of like this like pattern that they've got them arranged in. But there are all the way around. There's like this 3-foot thick layer of like pebble rocks, so that you can like walk around this pebble area before getting in.
Okay.
So you could pick up a pebble from the outside of it like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up an outside pebble and just kind of play with it in my hands.
Very openly practicing your bending.
Yeah.
When the water starts to cool off, I heat it up a little bit.
It does.
When it gets
It does
almost
take
too hot,
a
Michi's
while
like,
to kind of cool off, because they are natural hot springs.
Yeah.
So the temperature's kind of like warm bath water to begin with, but then
Yeah.
you can like heat it up a little bit.
Yeah. I will not heat it up too much that it hurts people, obviously.
Michi's gonna like scrub his hair. This is amazing.
Or makes a
Takes a
little
lot of
ball of
effort.
water bend above Michi and then just drops it.
I'm trying to do a thing here.
I'm helping.
If you want to help, get the back.
He's
Some
got
knots
earth.
or something probably living there.
How long have you? I thought you guys only said it was a couple of days.
It was only a couple of days. Don't listen to them.
We've been running and riding and running a lot. And we were in jail. They don't give you a lot of like hot.
They were in jail. I had
Baths in
baths
jail.
while they were in jail, I promise.
Yeah, rub it in.
You all unwind at the hot springs and kind of take the rest of the evening to enjoy yourselves and cool down, and then you head back to the estate that you're staying at, the family. She welcomes you back. She shows you the guest room, and it is nice. It's spacious. She has 4 bedrolls laid out and ready to go for you.
Thank you.
I will see you in the morning. He disappears into her room. Sliding door shuts. Blows out the candle, and the silhouettes disappear, and it's dark.
Can we just stay here?
I don't want to stay here. There's an asshole that lives in this town.
Well, we could throw the asshole in the volcano and stay
I don't want to
here.
be sacrificed to the mountain.
That's true. If we got rid of him, everyone else is pretty nice.
That we know of.
We're not getting rid of anybody. This is why you guys are wanted.
No, it's not, honestly.
Wow, we were just kidding.
Did I Did I get a group of serial killers without realizing it?
Oh,
Not again.
Oh my gosh! So we had this conversation on the way.
No.
We're pretty sure Rue is a serial killer.
Gonna take his pillow and just hit Zola with it.
Ow!
He's trying to smother her. He is a serial killer.
Gonna take it and then hit Michi with it.
Oh no, I'm next.
You guys have a pillow
Zola
fight
is just laughing on the ground.
and then finally settle down and everybody falls asleep, except for perhaps Michi.
Uh-oh.
Michi
Yes.
waits for everyone to fall asleep.
What?
I'm the serial killer.
He's gonna go kill that guy.
It was Michi all along.
Michi, as everybody is snoring away and you know that everybody is deep asleep, what are you doing?
I would like to sneak my way out. I'm gonna ruffle through my little pack and grab the little scroll, the parchment that I took from the Pai Sho tile. And I think head towards the area where the hot springs were, because that was very secluded.
Yeah, you head over there and there's nobody. It's nighttime. You don't run into anybody on your way over there. Everybody seems to have been gone to bed. You waited till everybody was asleep. Get over to the hot springs. Roll out that parchment. And you're not familiar with this move. But it looks like if you are able to master it, you'll be able to create a gust of wind that creates a crescent-shaped, almost like knife-like effect, and will cut through things within a 30-foot radius. Kind of dissipates after 30 feet, but it's called an air knife.
Your knife. Okay. Are there any like big? I don't want to cut through the hot springs. That would be awful.
It won't
Any,
cut
like, big
through
boulders or,
anything.
like-
It won't cut through rock. It won't until you get more and more powerful. It won't cut through rock. It'll cut through maybe some of the bushes and the leaves and stuff like that, shrubberies.
Okay. He's gonna aim for the shrubbery and like it's gonna be super awkward, kind of figuring out the stances, but then he's gonna give it a shot.
Yeah, you spend 3 or 4 hours kind of practicing this, and at first, it's really hard. You don't get really anything other than just maybe a gust of wind. But please roll me a rely on your skills, which is a focus roll. Uh-oh. Did Kaz freeze?
I think so.
Oh no.
I'm back.
There we go.
I'm
You're back.
Ah.
I thought you were just really
Sorry.
intently trying to read your character sheet for a second, then I'm like, wait.
Did you hear the roll at all or anything?
I did not know.
No.
It was a 7.
Okay. It takes you a while to get everything down, but by the end of the morning, and you're going to take a condition for this, you are going to be exhausted the next day because you stayed up all night. However, by the end of the morning, as the sun is coming up, you have mastered this skill enough that you have shaped the hedges into perfect squared hedges.
I love it. Michi's very proud of himself.
There
very
are
tired.
branches and leaves like all over the ground around here, but the hedges look beautiful. They're just perfectly squared.
I'm gonna use a little normal air bending to like sweep everything up off the ground.
Yeah, you just and it just like brushes into a corner.
Okay, then I'm gonna sneak back.
You get to the estate just as everybody is kind of waking up as the sun is rising. And that's where we're going to end this episode of Saga of the White Lotus, our Avatar Legends role-playing game show. Thank you so much for joining us on this wonderful Saturday evening. We appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. Join us in 2 weeks, not next week, but in 2 weeks as we play through episode 4. DB, if you want to take the rest of the announcements.
Sure. If you like what we're doing and you would like to support us, please consider becoming a patron. We're planning new things to add to our Patreon. If you please follow us on all social medias. That is The Nerd Asylum on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and now TikTok. You can also join our Discord and theorize with us. If you have missed any of our episodes, you can check it out on our website. That's thenerdasylum.com. And I think that is it. Like Joe said, you can catch us in 2 weeks. We have more shows coming up during the week, so stay tuned.
Yeah.
Follow us on Twitch so that you know when we're going live.
Ooh, look at that. Yes.
Hey!
Thank you for that sub. Until next time, stay nerdy, friends. We'll see you around.
Bye.
Bye.